Welcome to my live stream. What's up? Hope I get it to work. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. My name is Bam, and I'm grateful for you guys checking out the channel and for checking out this live video. I hope you can hear me and you can see me. I have a very special guest tonight. I always have special guests, pero tonight we're both nervous. We're both excited. He's someone that I met around 2 years ago, and he has such an amazing story to share with all of you. Bakit ko siya in-invite na guest? Why did I invite him as a guest? Um, well, I think because we both resonate with a lot of things about life, about mental health challenges that we all go through. But he's also a very, uh, I guess, very raw and real person. How many of you, you're going through your life and you love having people who speak the truth to you? Diba? Anyone like that? Like I love having people like that around me. I think this guest really exemplifies that trait of being able to spot BS and to speak out, but not as someone who's trying to be better than other people, but someone who's trying to help, encourage, and inspire other people. So my guest is none other than Mr. Martin Cruz. Hindi siya kapatid ni Tom Cruise or ni Tirso Cruz. I hope you guys can hear me. I forgot. I'm gonna have to check my Facebook kasi some of you might be commenting, and I might not see your comments. Oh, I do. It's Joanna. What's up? Joanna is here, Martin. So no pressure. What's up, Katrina? Thanks for being here. I don't even know where I'm going live. I think I went live on my own account. It doesn't matter. Can hear and see you. Thank you. What's up, Mr. Josh? Joanna, the CEO of Laura's Enterprises, is here. One of your very own, Mr. Martin Cruz, Quantum Leaper, of course, going through all these programs. Thanks, Josh, for being here. So first things first, if you can hear us and you can see me, or rather see and hear me first, mag-comment lang kayo. We'd love to welcome you into this chat. This conversation tonight. It's going to be a very casual talk. That's what I always say. But I know it's going to be meaty. Bakit siya meaty? Kasi sa Tagalog, balaman. Bakit balaman? We'll be talking a lot about some sensitive stuff tonight. Particularly, perhaps, again, people's challenges with self-esteem, with depression, with feeling down, with feeling low, how to be able to get through, how to be able to maybe also have an understanding of why those challenges are there. So, and a lot of other things, We'll be talking about business. We'll be talking about his life as a financial advisor. We'll be talking about his mentorship with T. Harv Eker, Sanjay Tolani, and a lot of these other amazing mentors that he met through, of course, Laura's Enterprises. And I'm glad Joanna is here. But I highly encourage everyone who's watching tonight to engage, to ask questions, and maybe also to reflect. There's going to be a lot of stuff that you'll hear tonight, and we are hoping. What's the intention tonight? We're praying. It'll be something that'll somehow encourage you, somehow help you to keep going forward, to keep moving forward in your life. So I'd like to welcome him up to the stream tonight. My very special guest, none other than. He looks so excited. I-delay ko ng konti. This is excruciating. None other than Mr. Martin Cruz. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Hello. Good evening, Coach Bam. For Miss Joanna dear, no? 1, 2, 3, whoosh.
Whoosh. Ayan,
That's her power, whoosh.
Sige.
Game.
Yeah, welcome to the stream, man. First of all, I'm grateful. I won't even say I'm grateful we're doing this. Like I want to say I'm grateful I met you. let's get right down to it. I'm grateful I met you. Of course, we have a common friend in ISIS, the good ISIS. And sa gitna, you're gonna have to tell people how you were traveling. Mamaya yun na, like somewhere in the middle. You're gonna have to get that story of the airport in later on. Yeah, but I'm grateful I met you, man. You have such an interesting story. You have such an interesting life. but you also have very deep in like winarningan ko na naman sa isa, we're going to get deep tonight and we're going to get right into it. You have such an interesting life, but you also have very deep insights, and I would say like a sensitivity about people, Martin. I mean, you're very sensitive with people you are around. You get to spot certain things. Um, and like there's a thousand things going through my head ngayon because like I want to talk about so many things with you. Uh, and before we like we're gonna get started here, but maybe as we start lang, maybe you can just give people who may not know you just a quick background about like who you are, either what you do or what you're being, wherever you feel more comfortable, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm Martin. So I could hello Cham. This is my first time doing stuff like this now. So who am I? 33, turning 34 next month. Currently,
Wow.
I'm a financial consultant. I started work 2014. I guess the TLDR, like too long didn't read life story is, I followed the narrative. I went to college, I graduated college 2005, 2010. Uh, I went from like an all boys school, then I went to like a university in Pasig. It was like a 5-year course, including masters, something like that. So I was more like an average student, meaning I didn't really get honors and stuff like that. But I grew up understanding that I had to get good grades because, I don't want to fail like that. So I won't digress too much. So yeah, I got like a 5-year masteral program. Started working in 2011, and then 3 years. I started from trainee, supervisor, manager. I worked in a waste management company, like portable toilets, medical waste, infectious waste, industrial.
Wow.
So that was actually fun, like for me, but very humbling also. Again, shoulder to shoulder with minimum wage people, like really good exposure. The owner was cool also, like the chairman. I burned out. So I burned out after 3 years. I was in a 9-year relationship. And then, yeah, I had no idea what the hell mental health, emotional health was. So I I resigned, and then I didn't work for like half a year, like from May to October or May to November. And then that's when I started my work as a life insurance agent or financial advisor now. So that's what I do now.
Um, so please tell me, you're the only person that I know dito sa Philippines, who has
Mhm.
taken Tony Robbins' program, not Unleash the Power Within, Date with Destiny, right?
Yeah.
What was the 7 days?
Yeah, I think if it was like 6 days, 6 nights or something like that. Like it was pretty stretched. Yeah, if Unleash the Power Within was like 4 days, I think this was like 6 days. That
So
really
there,
long.
so bro,
Hmm.
you're so waste management. You burnt out, didn't work for
Hmm.
half a year. What started, this person who was burning out was not aware about mental health. What gets someone like that person to start enrolling in programs like I know you went through MMI
Mm.
and a lot of these other programs, Quantum Leap, but I want to
Yeah,
know like what gets someone like you to enroll in a Tony Robbins program now that costs a lot of money.
yeah.
It takes a lot of time to go through like 7 days of this. Uh, what made you want to get into that? And I'd love to. That will start getting deeper into this your process.
Correct, correct. So I'll try to answer that in the most concise way, like to the point. So in 2014, because I have this dream board, like, anyways, I could share that sometime, but in the center of it, I met this person, just totally random. So he was my very first mentor or person I look up to. His name is Owen Cook. Not really known by a lot of people because that community, it's kind of underground. The whole pickup artist stuff like that. The whole reason why I got into that was I I try to understand women, and apparently, it's like worse than rocket science. No one really understands women or something like that. So I went down that rabbit hole. The cool thing about him was that mentor was he didn't just go like focus on that. He also had a little more holistic, like a personal development side. So he himself attended Anthony Robbins seminars. So Tony Robbins kind of popped up, and that became like a bucket list thing for me some years ago. I think maybe 2018 or 2017, something like that. Oh, Chris, yeah, he knows. Yeah, he's from the game. He's like one of the characters there, Tyler Durden. So, uh, he, I mean, he's still active until now. Owen Cook's like 41 years old. So I still look
Mm.
up to him to this day, like my origin mentor. So Tony Robbins, the reason why I gravitated towards him when I got into personal development, 2018. So I'm jumping a bit.
Sure.
That was the first time I got into it kind of accidentally because Gary Vaynerchuk came to Manila with the help of Loris. Go Miss
Okay,
Joanne.
I remember 2018. Yeah.
So I bought a ticket
uh,
with a friend, and then they introduced the Millionaire Mind Intensive. That's the T. Harv Eker side, like which I slipped into after. So
mhm.
those are my very first personal development courses. So it's kind of weird. No, I'll go back to the Tony Robbins, I promise.
Sure, sure.
It's kind of weird that I gravitated towards the Millionaire Mind Intensive because this is my background. 2018, I started as a financial consultant in 2014.
Hmm.
First year, full year 2015, I achieved. 2016, 17, and 18, I even hit MDRT or Million Dollar Roundtable. So again, I grew up with low self esteem, low self worth. So I easily forget that because I think, I'm not really that much, right? But hey, I did it. 2018, I actually went for that Millionaire Mind Intensive because it's very personal sharing. Despite having like that $1 million round table, like having $1 million in your bank account, I did not feel like a millionaire. And one moment of truth or proof was, I went to a motorcycle dealership, withdrew half a mil, and then I bought a big bike, motorcycle in cash. And then I saw my bank account the next day slashed.
Mm.
And I felt like, hey, what if I do this again the next day? So I felt highly insecure. Like I felt like a fake.
Mm.
And it didn't help that when I found out there were other MDRTs from other companies who were even in worse financial shape. Like some of them were in debt, they don't know how to handle their money, stuff like that. So and no one talks about that stuff. So I just tried to fix myself by going through the seminars. So after T. Harvecker, I was wondering, hey, Quantum Leap, I'm jumping a bit. I was like, is there a
No,
Tony
go.
Robbins thing here? And then they did, I think Success Resources, Loris, they had that thing in Singapore. So that was a bucket list thing for me. I still want to meet him live. And then I had an opportunity last December, just a few months ago, to do Date with Destiny. So that went to it. Why did I do it? Again, keep it real simple. It's really to heal my depression because I just wanted to understand and find a way to fix myself.
Um, well, since you're on the topic of depression, like I met you, I think 2018, you know, like after it was, I think it was must have been after you did MMI because you mentioned ice. I just use
Yeah.
your word ice. Baka maano tayo ng Facebook. You met ice and you ended up in a program that I was doing,
Mm,
and that was
yes,
the
yes.
first time. That was the first time I met you. Maybe share a little bit. What was your experience being there? Because now I want people to have parang a backstory. Like, why are we still connected after 3 years? We're still here. What was the experience for you? And like, how
Mhm.
did it lead you to how? Because you were mentioning it. You mentioned, oh, it
Yeah.
helped a lot. I'd like to understand that. Then we'll go dive deeper into the whole conversation.
Okay. So perfect. It went full circle. So I met when I attended my seminar, like one of the first personal development ones, Millionaire Mind Intensive. I met Isis. It's cool. I have the beard. Don't worry, you're safe, Coach Pan. So I met Isis accidentally, who's our common friend, and then we were in that quantum leap. It's like the last day of the event, and then it's for people who signed up for this quantum leap program. So it's like really exclusive. Like you gotta pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
So she ended up becoming my seatmate, and then after talking a bit, like I remember she would keep saying, "Hey, why don't you attend this seminar?" Like Unbounded by Coach Edward Santiago or Coach Bam. And then I didn't. I didn't listen to her for like a year because I was like, I'm gonna focus on my quantum leap, like
Yep.
single track mind focus. She kept repeating that same goddamn thing. I'm sorry, I like say this as a compliment. She kept repeating it, like, why don't you go to Unbounded? Now here's why it is relevant. I attended this like leadership seminar thing, and there were some, what do you call those? Like they go through some processes, they let you cry and all. It
Mhm.
wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So I was like, I want more of this. Parang bitin. And then when ISIS kept like recommending you, I think it was 2019, BGC, because I remember it was raining and I pissed beside a generator or something.
I remember
And
your
then
story. Yeah.
yeah, I went to your, I believe it was a two day weekend seminar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one that was one of my favorites because again, it's not because I'm talking to you only. I was curious to take it to the next level even, right? But
Mm.
that one, it made me realize that I really need to emotionally process this. So so people know, I'm like a guy. So I'm straight. So like just I love all people, LGBTQ, diba?
Yeah.
All of them. No? So whenever I try talking to people, like my guy friends or anybody, it's so rare that I get to talk to them like this, like how we're talking right now. I don't know, like if it's like social conditioning, if people are, no offense, if people are that stupid. Again, I'm trying to understand, like, guys, are we gonna wait till someone fucking kills themselves? Like,
Mm.
that's, but anyways, like, I loved Unbounded. I actually wanted more, but then that's how we met, I guess, in 2019. I even staffed or volunteered
Oh yeah, you did just before the pandemic
before the
started.
pandemic. That was like around Feb 2020. And that was really cool also. That was a super cool experience.
Yeah.
Miss
Yeah.
Joanna.
Well, thanks. Yeah. So I'll just read sinabi ni Joanna. MMI is such a lovely event. Meeting growth-minded people and becoming friends with them is one of the biggest gifts. Stories. No, absolutely, Joanna. I mean,
Yes.
that's where we met so many. That's where I met you guys first. But a lot of people converge and connect in MMI. We're definitely plugging that. I want to go back. Mag-attend ako talaga once. I miss those live events. Um, and sabi ni Josh is excited for the upcoming. I'll probably meet you there, Josh, once it's open again. Um, siguro, like I want to go again. Ask you about this. So you were talking about mental health. You were saying that it's something that these programs you're going through them to help you with your depression. I want to
Hmm.
understand, and where you're comfortable. Like, is the depression you're talking about? Is it something that was diagnosed, sayo, or is it just something that you're going through? Because people might be watching this and they're like, "Am I depressed? I don't know.
Yes.
Should I go see a psychiatrist?" Or maybe people would just say, like, "I am just depressed." Because what was your situation?
Okay, I'm gonna try to share this the best way I can because whenever I speak, like I really don't like filters. So
Uh,
like I'm like this is it. Like if anyone wants to like screw with me, go ahead, diba? Like
that's
this is
fine.
how I speak.
Well.
I'd rather just say it straight up. So
Mhm.
2014, um, towards the end, like of that 9 year relationship, I was getting anxiety attacks. So I, my mom, like she had how do you call this? Like her gallbladder, like a laparoscopy or something like that, was being taken out. So like very casually, I just asked the doctor in the hospital, like, doc, just really random question. What if a person's going through this? And then the doctor said you could take a yellow form drug called Rivotril. And the second thing he said was it's going to become more frequent and it's going to get worse. So I didn't like the two things that the doctor said. It's kind of like condemning, right? Or doom. So the anxiety thing, um, well, just so people know, ever since 2014 to now, I haven't had an anxiety attack, so I'm happy about that. Uh, it's like the mental and the emotional part. I know people who are clinically diagnosed, and I respect that. I know people who are on meds. I chose not to do that. Um, I was lucky a mentor, the one I encountered in 2014. He taught the Ultramide Solution by Dr. Mark Hyman, and all
Oh,
that.
Mark, I know of Mark Hyman. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the functional medicine. So
Yep.
you could actually heal it. There is a way to do it naturally. So, because and what I loved about the book is it's how to fix your broken brain. So it's not just your body, like physically. It actually helps with anxiety, depression, all the way down to a spectrum of autism, I think. So
Sorry, down to a spectrum of what? What did you say?
autism, like
Autism. Okay.
who have a hard time developing their social intelligence and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, right? So that I just tried to do it that way, right? I'm not like clinically diagnosed or anything. Now, if people will say, then why do you talk about it that way and all? Like I'm just being real. Like there are days that I don't really do anything. Like there were moments wherein it's like I was ready to go. So 2016, you know, there were moments. Sometimes they come and go, but yeah.
I
By the
think
way, yeah, I keep
go,
seeing
no,
Miss
go ahead.
Humanity's name na.
Yeah,
So I'll plug the MMI a bit na, just super quick. Yung
go
Millionaire
ahead.
Mind Intensive. What I loved about it, my favorite word there was mind. Because little did I know that the seminar, T. Harbecker, he really teaches how to handle the mind, like mindset stuff, the psychology. So I love that because I'm not a fan of like cheap tricks. Like here's the 5 minute abs, like the quick fix, and then it doesn't last, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I love that the whole the mindset part of Millionaire Mind Intensive. To this day, I still practice. So back to you, coach. Like you had
Yeah,
a
yeah, no, yeah. So,
question.
so, so MMI. On that topic, hi, Kat. Kat says, "I love MMI. The door was open for me to explore about more personal development. Thanks to Martin for inviting her. There you go. Kat is
Mhm.
here. What's up, Kat? Um, so is she conversations with Kat? Ito ba yung nakita ko sa gratitude?
Yeah, yeah, actually,
Oh, no, wonderful. See,
super helpful. Yeah,
I,
because
I know.
like
Yeah,
if I
go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, so if I don't have conversations like this, one thing that really helps is like if you really can have a person you could talk to. So Miss Joanna dear, like happy when I took date with Destiny. That really was a big move, like financially and like leap of faith. So I mean maybe you know more of that, Coach Bam, right? The intervention, stuff like that. And it's not to sound cool. It's more practical. Like do it for yourself. That so
100% agree. I
mhm.
wanted to go back lang a little bit because you were talking about diagnosing. I mean, a lot of people are watching this, or
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
manunod kayo ng replay. If you're gonna watch the replay, I mean, comment as well. But if you're watching us live, we'd love it if you could comment. Like Joanna, I appreciate you. Jerome is here. Philip is here. Josh, Kat, of course.
Loris
Cham,
team. Yeah.
Cebu. Yeah, the Loris team is full blast here. We did not. I did not like announce this in advance like I usually do because sabi ko kay Martin, like I sometimes, Joanna, I get anxious when I got like a schedule coming up. Sinabi ko din kay Martin, sabi ko, Martin, can we just have like a conversation? It's like pag nagkwakwentuhan lang kami ni Martin, so people know, it's like we're just having a casual chat, and I have to keep pausing kanina. Martin, we have to stop because like one thing was going to lead to another and was going to become a very good conversation, and I really wanted to save it for the live. Anyway, I have to go back to this. So some people are watching, and they might, and my heart goes out to people who are out there, Martin, and they're thinking, oh, I'm too ashamed to admit that, I may be depressed. But we all know the symptoms, right?
Mhm.
The signs are clear. Hindi ka and I know there's a lot, but you're withdrawing from people, you're isolating yourself, nahihirapan ka bumangon, to get out of bed. You can't even do like mundane stuff, like a usual routine. It's difficult for you to shower or brush your teeth, and
Yeah,
and
that's very true.
it's a dark, heavy feeling for people. Maybe I just want to get that message out now. If that's you and you're going through that today, like Martin said, I mean, it helps to find someone to speak with. I mean, like Kamini Martin, I mean, just chats like this, and I appreciate you for that. Where you were saying, "Oh, coach, I just like talking like this because I love speaking like this as well." And I told you kanina, di ba, like I kind of struggle with small talk.
Hmm.
I know it has its uses, but I struggle with that as well. But these are the types of talks, and I'm glad Chris is here as well. Because sabi ko nga, like the three of us, well, what we have in common perhaps is we're able to spot where people might need support, people might need encouragement, but it takes courage, Martin, to be able to to go to people and have a conversation with them. Kasi madami na nanonood ngayon with it, like it's uncomfortable to approach someone. It's uncomfortable, or if you're going through it, like for me when I was going through my own panic attacks, it was I felt there was shame. I was in and out of the hospital, bro. Almost every other day, I was in the hospital
Wow. Yeah.
because the
First time
panic
I'm
attacks
hearing
were
this. Yeah.
were very very bad. They were really really bad. I thought I was gonna die.
Hmm.
And some people, and when I share this, some people say like, "Bam, that's also like my story. That's also like me." I like, "Wow, really?" And people get to relate, and it you don't feel so parang stigmatized or alienated anymore. I think that's the message I wanted to share tonight, Martin, sa mga nanonood din na if you're watching this and you're like, "Oh, there's something wrong with me." No, I mean, a lot of us, it happens to the best of us. And there's this book, and then I'll go back to you. There's this book called 10% Happier by Dan Harris. I don't know if you've heard of Dan Harris. He suffered a panic attack, Martin, with I think 6 million viewers on national TV. He's a
Wow.
news anchor, and he was so married with his job. He did not believe in mindfulness. He called, like, Eckhart Tolle and all these spiritual teachers like woo woo stuff, and he was calling them out until he suffered on live national TV a panic attack, and that's when he started exploring more about like what can I do to help myself. And sinabi niya, and I want to get into this topic. Sinabi ni Dan Harris, I really thought that he speaks so well. He really came up with a lot of like adjectives and words to describe what a crankcase si Eckhart Tolle is, what a fraud he is because of how he speaks. Until he until sabi niya, until he heard about he heard him speaking about that voice in your head. And I know you
Hmm.
relate to this. Everyone watching, there's this voice in your head that pops in, and it sounds so real. It sounds so much like it's you, and that voice many times tells you to. Well, I'm recalling like stuff sa akin. It tells you how like worthless your life is. It tells you how there's no purpose and meaning for your life. It tells you like what's the point of moving body. Parang
Hmm.
na-memorize na ng, there's a book called Body Keeps a Score. Then your body starts feeling it. And hindi mo na ma-distinguish yung, the head, that voice speaking, and the body. But Dan Harris said, and he started asking questions like, what about this voice in your head? So I wanted to ask you this. Like, what is that voice in your head, or at least before? What was that voice telling you? And if ever there was a voice, and how did you cope, or how did you deal with that stuff?
Yeah. That's like a super good question. Like a practical thing how I just would answer that is I started journaling, and it's not the gratitude, not to count my blessings only. Like I would journal. Some people see the posts. They look like they're just Microsoft Paint, like text words like that. Sometimes the voice would say like, it's like, why does my mind want to murder me? Something like that.
I get
So
it.
it's like when you free write it, because I don't really have like a black book journal and I write down on it. I think I know some girls who do that, which is really healthy, by the way. So I just started like free writing, journaling that out. I had way more posts, I think, in the last 2 or 3 years. And then like Clayton Jennings, please don't kill yourself, stuff like that. Those are really the thoughts, like in my head, like about anxiety, stuff like that. So like there are moments that will put you on your knees, like next to your bed, and then like you just feel like crying, or So like my suggestion is, you reminded me of something. I think it was what I learned from Brene Brown, like her TED talk about
Mm.
vulnerability. She said, shame, I think it was her or another mentor, said, shame can only live in secrecy. So the reason why I'd rather choose to talk this way is it's part of the healing process. Now, if you're having a hard time, and there are people in worse situations, there are people on hard meds, that like Xanax, escitalopram, like some hardcore shit like that. I'm not there, so I get that it's harder for some people. The thing is, if you like just open up, for me it's so much more helpful. Like we're doing it here. I'm doing it with you, Coach Bam, one on one. If there are other people watching, then cool, right? Try doing that in public. Try doing that in
Uh,
your office.
yeah. Well, one one
It's
of the
so
one of the frameworks that we share about that is sinasabi ko to sa mga tao, like when we're trying to connect with people, when we're trying
Mhm.
to have a conversation with people,
Yeah,
or when people who are watching this, when like I like that, Martin, like I want to be real, I want to be honest, but it's difficult. And I'm speaking to everyone here because for people who are watching, maybe they've tried to be very honest about what they're struggling with, and it gets brushed off. Wala yan. Itulog mo lang yan. Ikain mo lang yan. O kailangan mo lang mag-boyfriend. People will say stuff like that. And
hmm,
it really hurts a lot of people, like who are sincerely going through similar stuff that we're going through. Hearing that voice in your head, the shame, and then they go deeper into shame, and they go deeper into wanting to lock themselves in the room and not ever talk about it, because now
yeah,
people who are watching this, they will think na the standard answer that I have to give, I'm obliged to give when I'm having conversations with people socially. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm fine. Ako kasi,
yeah,
brother, ako like si Joanna knows this. There was a meeting. I was having a breakdown, and I like told them I
yeah.
can't. See, Ice was there. Like I can't meet you. I'm in such a bad space. Like I'm so sorry. But I can.
Hmm.
But I now I can acknowledge it. But I think a lot of people who are watching this, a lot of them are suffering more when we don't get to acknowledge it. Like we try to
Yeah,
hide it. We try to suppress it. Yeah, maybe you can share some thoughts on that.
yeah. So some thoughts, just again, like from what's coming to me is, the irony is, if you told me that before our talk and you're allowed to express it, you're the more we're gonna end up talking. That's the irony of it. Now, if
Okay,
a person
wait,
will
what do
not,
you mean? Sorry, can you explain that? What do you mean?
yeah, it's like when you're allowed to say, "Yo, man, I'm fucked up." We're gonna continue talking. But if you don't allow that, I will wanna leave. So that's just the honest truth. I like here, you mentioned like it's hard to open up. I could relate. Like my
Yeah.
own guy friends from college, we went to like the Century City Mall balcony rooftop of a restaurant, and it felt like an intervention. I don't know if I shared the story with you, but
No.
I got nothing but love from my guy friends. Some people think that if you open up to just anyone, that it'll be okay. That's not what I'm saying. Like that could be lethal, because When that happened, that intervention, it felt like Lord of the Flies. And I was Piggy. I was like the fat kid with glasses, and then like they push this big boulder that, hits him in the head and he dies. I almost jumped off the balcony. And
Wow.
I think they know
What?
this. Now, if
What?
they don't,
Like, I'm so
mhm.
sorry. Like, I'm curious. Like, what was being said to you that affected you? I mean, I don't want to talk about them so much. Like, but
Yeah,
what
yeah,
was
yeah.
being
I mean,
said?
it's not to put anyone down at all. So,
Sure, sure.
so it reached a point wherein I said, because they knew what I was going through. I opened up about my
Okay.
depression. One of my guy friends, who's cool, naman, like, he said, "Do you know what you're gonna do?" And then I said, "Yeah, go say it." And then he said, "You're gonna kill yourself." And then the moment I snapped was not because of what he said. It was because the reaction of my other guy friends, left and right, parang nakatunganga lang sila. Like they all just had like their faces, like what's going on, diba, like that. I was like, holy shit! Like I hit the table, like I snapped. I really felt like jumping off the balcony. Again,
I
it's
feel
not
you.
not to condemn anyone. So
Ah,
sometimes you gotta make hard decisions. Like I get why people wouldn't open up. It's real hard. Like it's real
it
hard to do
is.
that.
It is.
You
Um.
gotta find like people like you or angels who you could do that with. I'm
Wow.
not that
Um.
religious, but hey, like I call them angels.
Um. Sobrang nakaka-relate ako because I think a lot of people will relate to this also. Like, I don't know about you. I'll speak for myself.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm having those breakdowns, and I'm processing myself, I'm analyzing. What I think I need during that time is for people to see me in my imperfect state and to
Yeah,
still accept me and to still accept me,
yeah,
not to try to fix me, not to try to give me a solution. And I think a lot of people will relate to this who are watching. A lot of people have a hard time when you're exposing your heart. This is who I am. This is what I'm struggling with. And people will say, well, ito lang yan, ito lang mangyayari sa'yo talaga. But that's not what we need at that moment. And I can totally relate to the anger trigger because that has happened to me as well. You know, and because I heard this expression, and I think I've shared this with you.
mm-hmm.
Anger is a tragic expression of an unmet need. I'll say that again.
Yeah,
Anger is a tragic expression of an unmet need. At that moment, people who are watching, you needed something. You needed support. You needed love. You needed encouragement. For many of you, maybe you just needed a hug. I don't know about you, Martin, but sa akin, just someone to hold your hand, not even pray with you. I mean, to just embrace you, maybe silently. That's pretty powerful stuff. Or to someone to just hold space and just see you in all your, again, in all your insecurities and fears and imperfection,
yeah,
and to just, hindi ko alam yung expression nun, maybe you can chime in here, but to just see you. Because you're literally exposing yourself. You're literally parang kang sugat na pinakita mo, and then people inasinan pa. Which a lot of people, because,
mhm.
and again, people are not bad, but people don't know how to deal with this. Because they don't understand. They think it's just like some phase, you'll get over it. Yeah, maybe kung meron lang, if you want to share something about that.
Yeah. It's I believe it's awareness. Like how unfiltered or like I want to be coach because like if people don't believe me, I feel like taking a piss right now, and I'm contemplating bringing the laptop to the bathroom, taking a piss like that, putting
so
it on mute.
yeah,
So
so this is what you do. If you're okay with it, I'll take you out of the stream. You take a piss. I'm gonna share some comments. How's that? Then you come
yeah,
back.
yeah, please do
All
that.
right.
I'll only
So
be
yeah,
like a minute.
yeah, I'll take you out.
Game.
So Cham says, ha ha ha. We remember when I was going through this with the same situation and opening up to someone and said depression isn't real. Finding the right people who listen helps a lot. Um, I'll respond to that, and I'll also bring that up kay Martin later. But I think this is so important kasi um, I love just how real Martin is, and this is something we share in programs. I know Joanna can relate, where there's something that you need in this precise moment, in this exact moment. Yet because of shame, because you're so concerned about what other people will think of you, you hold back. But it's literally hurting you, or it's not good for you. So I'm just appreciating Martin for that. That is so difficult, Cham. But I also 100% agree with this. Finding the right people who will listen, helps a lot. And it's so difficult to just have people that you're sharing to. Um, can I already bring you up, Martin? Are you done? Just thumbs up if you're done, or you're still going to the toilet. It's okay. Right? I don't want to. You're done. Okay. I don't want to bring you up sa stream and you're pissing. Wait lang. I'll bring him up. So how do I do that? Add to stream. Yeah. Sabi ko lang, I didn't want to bring you up and you're holding your Johnson and and being like, hey, what's
This
up?
is what the
Hey.
life is, na.
It's
So
live. So
I
yeah.
heard a bit of your comments, and Cham also like shared her personal experience. So to answer your question, Coach Bam, I think it's awareness. Because let's say if I have a friend and let's say I don't believe in annulment or whatever, like I'm not here to judge. In fact, I could learn from your experience,
Hmm.
and I can also learn from her experience, meaning the girl's side, even though I don't agree with it. So I think we can all learn from each other. Like, if one of my friends got something, like, I don't know, schizophrenia, autism, something like that, I actually want to understand, diba? Like, if someone hates me, I actually want to understand, like, what's up, like, what's going on, like that. So that's what I learned growing up. Like, I don't know, I guess someone told me, Martin, don't expect people to share the same values as you do. So I was like, okay, point taken.
Yeah. What do you think about that? That's such an important thing to, I think, to share about kite briefly lang.
It helps calm down my mind or myself because like those are one of like the secrets to life, right? Like detachment, stuff like that. So it's hard. I mean, it was really helpful to learn how to love the person who tried to kill you. I learned that from like Pope John Paul II was like assassinated, and then he forgave the guy, the shooter, like Jesus. It, but then people might say, okay, so you're all good. No, I'm not. Like I'm not a saint. It my heart is. It's like you got a knife and like it's still bleeding until now, even though I'm
Yeah.
trying to live it. Like it still
Yeah.
feels like that that pain. So it really helps when people just say things like this, straight up. Like for me, it helps. It helps me handle it better. You know, keeps
Yeah.
me
No,
more sane.
yeah. That's why I'm appreciating this conversation. For a lot of people, I think going back to parang foundation or basics, a lot of us are just not aware of how we communicate, but also a lot of us are not aware of the thoughts that are going through our heads. A lot of us are
Mhm.
very reactive. Kaya gusto ko yung sinabi na kaibigan mo because I also share that when with my own frustrations, but also with people perhaps who are frustrated with me. It goes both ways. Like, but
Correct. I believe
understanding
that. Yeah.
we're not all in that same frequency. We're not all in that same level. But it's also very pwede ko sabing harmful, di ba, Martin? Like when you're observing people, like what the f, like people like are just hi kids. People are like hanging around me, but this is like bullshit. Like I don't want to speak about this. Is like just, but then you understand. But not everyone necessarily might be like you. And how do we then
Correct.
adjust and see? I'm learning this, and then how the it's not that we're better than, but it's just that you're in a certain, I don't know, frequency or thought pattern where you want to engage like in a conversation like this, because for us maybe this is what matters. What I'm learning is it all matters. It all matters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through this, I'm learning this now, where people will say no, we only want to appreciate the light and the good and the laughter and the abundance, but no, the scarcity and the fear and the insecurity and the anxiety, those are all important. But a lot of
Yes.
people
Yes.
get deeper into this darkness, because they're trying to suppress it and they're trying to go to the light, and they're not appreciating that. I mean, we can't have this conversation tonight if you and I
Correct.
had not gone through what we went through. We just probably be
Mhm.
talking about, whatever, other stuff. So I
So
mean, you can,
I'll,
come in
I'll
if
yeah
there's.
give some quick feedback on that while you check the comments now. So
Sure, sure.
I believe that one thing I learned from my mentor is he calls this universal principles. So I believe that universal principles means it's like the truth, no matter who you are.
No
So
matter
that's
which
something I
culture or background.
yes. So I
Okay.
that's one thing that helps me a lot as a guide. So and then what you mentioned is, I believe you have like a better understanding of the empathy or the connection side. But I totally agree that even though this is what I'm learning from depression actually. Even though I have days that feel really down and painful, they're not bad. Like I don't want to be afraid of death. I want to be friends with him or her. Like it's not a bad thing. It's just part of life. Now I want to be able to handle it. Like one day I want to be able to face it like with grace. So it maybe that's the lesson that's kind of in my face right now. It's like to go through it. So it, like that's what I would say. It also helps me have more empathy or understanding for people in that situation. So like when you share stuff like the cousins of depression or something, whether it's anxiety and other disorders, I'm not just gonna turn a blind eye anymore, right? So like if you think again like, oh, you're so good, Martin, not really, because when there's a homeless person who's tapping on my window on EDSA or in the car asking for money, like I don't give money all the time because I'm kind of confused, right? Should I reward that behavior, or maybe that person just needed help?
Yeah,
Sometimes maybe
yeah.
just give that.
I,
So
I, yeah.
yeah, you were mentioning.
No, no. I was gonna say, like, I guess for me at that moment, whatever action you take at that moment is the right action that you take. If you gave, sure. If you didn't, sure. But I read somewhere, I think it was Anthony de Mello's book. He said, when you're giving, but you're giving out of compulsion, it isn't really giving. Ibig
Yes.
sabihin, like you created an expectation that you should give, but it's not. It's you're coming from an unconscious, like just automatic for you to give, but it's not an understanding of the energy and the essence of why you're giving.
I
I
agree.
I
Yeah.
wish I wish I could share a story, but I don't want to share that. It's a private thing, but not because it's a very private thing about giving.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think maybe I'll just say, like, in my own experience, if I did have an opportunity to give, it brings me so much joy to go into a shop, let's say, to buy food and to pick out stuff consciously and to give, because when I give, I literally see the person, and I get to connect somehow, and I get to talk. It's not like I just, there's your money. Yeah, and I'm not saying it's bad for people who do it that way, but sa akin, I'm experiencing life a little bit more different. Eh. But I think it's that connection pa din. And if you see people like looking at you, and not just like you're another person na namigay lang, thank you, sir, thank you, but they actually see you. And you get that, like, that'll hit you, man. That'll
Yeah.
get you crying. That'll get you crying
I
because you
I
just
believe that. I believe that like every time that I've given the right way, no matter how much it was, a little, 10,000 bucks or more, I don't regret it. I don't. Thankfully, I learned like the money jar system, like the give jar, because it also guides you on how much you could financially give. But that's not the only way you can give. Like you could give your body, literally or figuratively, like effort,
Mhm.
time, like that.
Yeah, yeah, service, sure.
So, and you have to give it the right way. I totally believe you. If a person's giving it out of fear, compulsion, or expectation, don't do it.
I
It's
love
not
that.
gonna end well.
I
And
love that.
then I think it was like someone I was learning how to give at this like Joe Vitale or something was saying this
Mm.
thing like, when you give, don't expect that it would come directly back from the same person, but also be open to receive it in a greater magnitude. And then third, only give to a person or a cause that you want to reward, like you believe in
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
like
I
and you
would, I
love
would,
it. Yeah.
yeah, I would call this conscious giving.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Um, I'm an excellent receiver. I have
Yeah.
to plug again MMI, which we learned there. I think because madami sa atin, we have this mindset that, oh, it's better to just give and give and give, but you can't give if there's no receiver. It's two sides of the same coin. Like it
Yeah.
is better to give you, but there's always a recipient on the other end. But
I'm
maybe go ahead.
yeah. I'm curious for you, Coach Bam. Now I'm asking a question. For you,
Mhm.
is it easier to give or easier to receive, or
Sa akin
how?
both eh. Sa akin both, but I'm
Good.
grateful when people get to give. But there's a joy, Martin, that what gets me emotional when I talk about it. I'm gonna get freaking emotional.
It's cool.
I don't know. There's just a joy that is, uh, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's sort of like you feel it in your deepest gut. It's like you get for a few moments you get to exchange. Um, oh no, no, the exchange. You get to see God. Let's put it that way. You get to see
Hey,
God's
holy shit!
essence.
Yeah, yeah.
You
You
get to see
said
God.
something that resonated because I experienced that in 2016.
Go ahead. What's the story?
Um, at the risk of, I don't want it to sound like a cheesy story, but in 2016, that was the first time like I had a big year for work, but I didn't achieve anything yet, like $1 million round table. So halfway through the year, this girl messages me. She's from a different branch, and I'll just stick to like the core of it. No? So this person messaged me and it's like, "Huy, July na," and I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." And she said, "Uh," I said like, "Not giving up. Like I'll do it until failure," something like that. So you know this, Coach Bam. Like I don't look at the words only. I look at the actions. So this
Same.
person around July, I checked the stoplight. She hits $1 million round table. So I said, "Who are you? And why do you believe in me?" So I'll kind of fast forward. She helped me hit $1 million round table, but that's not the most important thing I got from that moment of like giving or receiving. She helped me not give up on life. Because 2016 was the year I rode my motorcycle to like 299 kilometers per hour. Like that's the limit of the bike. Like there were moments I was ready to go. So I don't know who the hell she was, but I felt that. Like I felt that. Like what is this, diba? And it was like what you said. I started to see again. I'm not that religious. I started to see God in people. That was one of the few moments.
So yeah, hashtag ko lang. Hi, Chris Vinson. Now he knows why we're all connected in this way. I can share this because Chris shared it naman. Like he's also in that search for God, for spirituality, and we a lot of us have a tendency to put just a label on something that is very difficult to label because we don't
Mhm.
really understand it. But I think we put a label so we can try to understand it a bit more. But I think we see it in essence in people. We see it in the actions of people. So and we get glimpses of it. I think kasi pag na-reveal sa atin, if it's revealed in one full blast, I think we'll just die. So I'm glad you're here,
Yeah,
Chris.
yeah.
So what I see, Martin, we're all on the same boat. I wanted to share something, but Joanna, I appreciate you sabi niya lang na she remembers that time and she appreciates me for being truthful. Yeah, because I would have.
Mhm.
I know when I'm down, I can really lift up people, but I can also drag you down. I'm aware of that. You two sides of me, which I think a lot of
Yeah,
people don't get it. Like I'm only this happy and bright side. No, you're not. That's not
yeah,
true.
yeah.
There's a
Well, I
lot
don't
of
want
there.
to leave you alone
Sorry,
because
what is
I
that?
also I know when to leave you alone because I also turn like into a monster, like
Oh
Jekyll and
yeah.
Hyde.
No, no, like I remember, like after Unbounded, we were asking you to go to dinner. Sabi mo, no, like I want to process. I know you enjoyed the process, but just like
Oh yeah, yeah,
I want to go through this process, and like I get you, I'm like hundred
yeah.
percent. Yeah,
The politically incorrect way of saying that was I just want to be alone because you look like so happy, like you wanted to enjoy the food, the steak, and all right, the bonding. But after that, no, I just really wanted to be alone. No offense, like
not
whoever it
taken.
was, to my family, to you. If I had a wife, diba, I don't. But if I did, there are
You
moments it's
didn't you
like,
didn't even want to be with her.
yeah, it's like get out of my
Okay.
fucking face. I
Yep,
have
I get.
moments like that. Like just leave me
Sure,
alone. And if you go
sure.
near me, something bad is gonna happen. So I have moments like that, no? So if ever you do, you're in that mode, I learned to kind of respect, like give you space, like
Mm,
as in get out of your sight at moments,
yeah,
and then you could come back, diba, later on.
yeah. But I think this is important. Like I say, you and I, like of course we have this. I don't know. Some 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 low level of awareness. Let's say that. But for other people, nawala. They can take it personally, and that's why a lot of people
Mm,
get into problems in relationships because they make it about them. Oh, I said something wrong. I did. But there are times people. That's why I love Sina Joanna and Sina Ice, Karen, of course, for giving me my space. Because there are times like we just don't understand. And I've had this like all throughout my career, Martina. There are times it's an actual seminar, and I
mhm.
just don't feel good, and I actually say it and use it. And it's those times that I say it that people have the biggest breakthroughs because they're like, we've been
Yeah,
waiting for the longest time to attend something where people can just, I feel like shit.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't I don't even want to be here and I don't even want to do this. No, no life kite nothing. I don't know if you were there, but that was one of those nights. I can't if
yeah,
you
yeah.
were
When
there
I
that night.
snapped,
And
you
and,
you were
and
like that.
oh yeah, that was one time. That was a challenge for me. You know.
Yeah, and if you
Uh,
want quick feedback, no, this is like a live fun, no,
sure,
live on the
sure.
live.
Mm,
Like either as a staff or like someone attending it, it I didn't mind because it made it more real, and you still, at the bare minimum, you were still running through it, even though you had to like drag your knuckles, or like you're
so
walking in the
difficult.
battlefield with your guts spilled out. It like it takes a lot, but it for me that's even more impact because it's like you're one of the soldiers on the battlefield with us. So you're not like some general in an office in some safe, protected area, right? Like in an ivory tower.
Yeah,
That's how I saw it. It's like, damn, you're tough, man. Like for you to go through that and you're facilitating, like man, that's crazy. That's how I saw it. So I don't know how
yeah.
the other attendees. So like if someone said, dude, like this sucks, man, 50% off na lang, like maybe someone would bitch slap them in the face or something, but I don't think anyone said
No,
that. But,
no. I don't think so. But I appreciate the feedback. Yeah. Sa akin,
mm,
at the end of the day, I think the lesson I got there, and for people who are watching, is you will have shitty days. You will have
yeah,
days that are really, really bad, and yet it's still important for you to still go to that meeting. It's still important for you to go to that birthday or to that wedding or to that, I don't know, that whatever, that connection or that seminar.
yeah, yeah. I feel like
Because
sharing something quick
go
quick
ahead,
because
please go ahead.
like this is getting kind of personal, but because I didn't really talk much with my dad growing up and all. Like I don't think I've ever seen him cry yet. But whenever I would see a leader of mine, whether it's like a manager or like this, uh, man, this is hitting me. I think I was in Hong Kong or something, and then my manager, like maybe we don't really get along all the time, but it's like she didn't leave behind anyone. So there was one colleague who was about to be left behind, literally by like the bus or the train. So she said, "Get back in the bus or the train," and then she went down. So I remember this so vividly. because someone had to trade seats. And then I went down with her. I don't even know why I did that in the moment, because I learned it later on from Blair Singer. Like, he teaches this code of honor, no? Never abandon a teammate in need. So it's in those times whenever I saw my leaders like in a moment of weakness, my respect for them goes through the roof. Like, those are the moments I would take a bullet for you. Now, if you don't want to reveal that, then I will never get to that level of trust or like that kind of connection with that person. So I'm not saying like you you broadcast about all your baggage or stuff. I think you say that, no, don't project your shit onto people.
Right.
That's not the point, right?
Mm.
It really has to come from a place of sincerity. So whenever I see that, no, it's hard not to feel feel that thing, no? Because
No,
I
I
felt
mean,
it. Like, I
yeah,
don't
no,
know if my mom really thinks like I hate her or she hates me, but parang that moment, like, I remember it to this day. And I suck at directions. I have no idea how the hell I got through that with her, like just trying to use a GPS. So, like, the reason why I didn't want to stay behind was I wouldn't have been able to find my way back to the hotel. That was my honest reason.
mm,
But
mm.
when someone left themselves behind, like, I couldn't leave that person behind.
Wow.
So it's kind of like you, Coach Abam. I think I don't know, no. I think someone would have, you know, been there for you as well.
Oh no, absolutely. And I got kind of got into this like thought lang na, well, that would have been so amazing. There's this thing that they share in church as well, in some churches, where they say
Mhm.
always protect your leader, like always protect your leader, because people will badmouth, people
Yeah,
will stab them in the back. But if you don't have your brother's back or your sister's back, like what the heck are you there for? You're part of that problem. That's why people are breaking down. That's why people are not getting that support. So I'm processing like that code of honor.
yeah. It.
But also it leads me also to that. You mentioned Brene
Mhm.
Brown. Like it leads me also to thinking about courageous communication. Like but this is also biblical for some reasons. I mean, if your brother is sinning, go to your brother, or your brother has something against you, or they're sinning, like go to them and point out what they're doing. But it doesn't say if your brother is sinning, like abandon them, like
Mhm.
get the get
Yeah,
away
yeah.
from me. No, it's like you
Correct,
go to
correct.
them and you
It,
you confront them. I think that's an action of love. I mean, um, it's challenging, but I think people who are stepping up to that role, or to that level, it's life changing to have those conversations.
correct. Just super minor addition to like what you just said. I have a hard time with the confronting part because I hate confrontation.
Yeah.
So what I'm learning is another way it could be done is if you just share, I guess, like what you're going through. Maybe it's also parallel to what that person is going through. That's why when a person like you, me, or a leader shows their mistakes, it's super powerful. I'm not saying like I'm encouraging you to be mediocre or something. That's not what I'm saying, diba? Like, if you have a real moment of weakness, you that's actually strength. That's what I believe. Like, imagine a parent who never taught their child. Like, imagine a parent who never said sorry to their own child.
Mm.
That's fucked up, man. Like, I got feedback growing up. Like, Martin, why can't you say sorry? I don't know why. Like, maybe you do. So I mean, and I did witness I did witness a moment like when a parent would say sorry to their own child. Like, I love that moment. I will remember
Well,
that.
why is it
That
that you
was
love that moment?
recent.
What is it? What is it that makes you love that moment? What if you did see that?
It's like, why didn't you teach me this sooner?
Mm,
Why didn't you give me this permission?
yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So
well, and for I was just going to say, and for those who are watching, of course, we say this in the program, say that your
mhm,
experience with your parents are probably what was passed down sa kanila, and so on and so forth. But to again, there was something that Kerwin Ray shared. I think was today that I reshared. Sabi niya, like pass down your something. Was it pass down your lessons, not your wounds? Don't pass
yeah,
down your wounds to your children. Pass down the lessons, right? I think that's wonderful stuff. Anyway, I just I wanna read just a comment ni Joanna. Sabi niya, minsan kasi people think that we're always this jolly, what is it, positive,
every second.
uh, energetic every second, and forget that we're human too, and that we also have our moments, and it's totally okay. We just have to allow that moment to feel and be in that space, and then bounce back stronger. I 100% agree. To have that moment to break down. I think it's permission. Eh? I think
Correct. Like,
that's what a lot of us are looking. Could we just have permission to be human and to be real, and to
can I
stop this
share
fake?
like
Yeah, no, go ahead. That's why we're doing
super
this.
quick because her name like it's up there because I watched the interview, the live when she interviewed you, and one of the things I learned from her, see Miss Joanna Deer, she mentioned I think you interviewed her. It was like last year. I watched the replay.
Okay, Joanna.
She,
Yeah.
yeah, one of the things I learned from her is she really cries. She really allows herself to cry a lot. So I did not learn that growing up. So I mean, I'm a guy who went to an all boys school, something like that. So that one is
So
actually super healing, super healthy.
yeah, okay. So I'm putting this out there just as a parang like I don't know. It's like a tug from the universe. Chris, you and I, we're gonna create something that will be directed towards men and only men. Um, uh, I think it's gonna be very powerful because like we go through a lot of stuff, and sinabi sa akin ni Karen to, like, go to more men, like reach more men, because they don't have conversation. Like I think it's very very rare to have a conversation. I don't know with your experience, but sa akin, eh, because we will rather talk about, like, and I get it. We'll talk about
Yeah.
like other stuff, but these are important conversations. People like, so why the heck is this important? Because the moment that those men become fathers,
Ooh.
imagine what type of fathers they will be to their children, and imagine that next generation of children that will be raised by those men. That's why I love Jordan Peterson's work, where he's being
Mhm.
criticized. Bakit, why is it all men following you? Well, would you want to marry a weak man? Would you want to marry a weak man? Well, what does that mean? It means he doesn't own up. He doesn't take responsibility for his life. He's always blaming someone, and he's always crying. I mean, when I say crying, he's always complaining. He
Yeah,
does
yeah.
not take. He doesn't handle his own shit. So anyway, I just had to throw that out. Chris, we got to do something. Sabi
Mhm.
lang ni Tati. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yo, yeah. While
No,
you're reading the
Tati.
comments now.
Yeah, I was just gonna read it. Like vulnerability of these two people is empowering. You make a lot of people feel seen.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tati. I'm glad that people will be seen.
In code of
Uh,
honor.
Code of honor, yeah. So you have this in common. I mean, you and Chris.
I'm
Uh,
reading Tati's comment here, no? Your vulnerability empowers the people who feel powerless. So I believe that, no, and yeah, what we're doing here, no, what just my input. I didn't know how to do it before. I didn't, and then someone just showed me, and it like I'll give credit where it is due. It was in this singles encounter retreat, I think back in 2015, and then she just shared. She made me realize that hey man, like I told my seatmate, yo, man, my life isn't that fucked up. And then when I went to the bathroom to take a piss in the cubicle, all alone, after taking a piss, I suddenly just leaned on the wall. I started crying uncontrollably, like a movie or something.
mm.
So that's how I learned. Like the way we talk, Coach Bam. I don't know if you believe me. Like I could talk like this to another person.
Sorry, you could what?
Like I could talk this way with other people as well. And I've even tried in my office. So you could imagine how that would end up. But it can be done. Like
Yeah,
I'm not
absolutely.
saying it. I'm not saying like you're gonna it. It's just gonna be like heaven or something. But what I'm
I think,
saying is it is
yeah.
worth it.
I love, like, I think this is something, and for a lot of people, I think this is a conversation that they've always been wanting to have with their brother. It's a conversation
Mm.
they've always wanted to have with their father. It's also a conversation they've always wanted to have, but in particular with fathers. I mean, we all have our daddy issues. I mean, I'm talking about men. Um, and for me, that's why I wanted to go to the heart of men, and be able to and I'm not trying to pick, like, of course, a lot of women, mostly women, attend the programs that I do, but to see, like, having this conversation, and that's why, before we spoke, I had a long chat with Chris, like an hour long meeting, and we're exploring again how to be able to reach more people and help more people with this work. And then you popped up, so I go, Chris, you're gonna want to watch this next interview. It's Martin, which I want to segue to this,
Yeah,
while we still
go.
have time. So you're working directly with T. Harv Eker, right?
Um, I guess I'm like a customer or something, because
I mean, but you
I,
get to
I
speak. You get to speak to him.
the closest I get is the Tough Love Mentoring. So that's like a monthly group call.
And
He
he's
does
actually there.
he's there live. That's
Oh,
the
great.
closest I get. Like, he does
See,
entertain the live chat comments, as in, like, if they go, "Oh, Martin, yeah, yo, what's up?" Like, he'll interact with your
yeah, yeah,
comment
yeah. I
also
get
like
it.
that.
So when I see Harv Eker, like, he's alpha male, dominant, masculine. The way he speaks, the way he interacts, the way he runs his programs, it's like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
What
that's
are
what I
what
like.
are what are the top lessons that you're getting interacting with him
Oh,
for
one
you?
of my favorite lessons, in line with the topic of tonight, in the tough love mentoring, he also admits that he's like, he's a messed up case. So I love that, because he says that in the tough love mentoring. He has moments like the lower self versus the higher self. He has a lot of moments where he's like angry at the news, CNN, like constantly negative news, stuff like that. Like, he does get affected by that, and he's angry a lot of times. He's like an angry uncle. Like, when he talks, it's funny, it's hilarious. But he does share naman his wisdom from experience. That's what I appreciate. But he is real. Like,
He's
here's one
real.
thing. I don't know how true or not this is. I rarely hear him compliment Tony Robbins. But here's the thing. His son Jesse Ecker attended Date with Destiny. So I think they are good friends. I mean, I think they are good friends. It's just that, their methods are different. Tony Robbins is like Tony Robbins show. T. Harv Eker is like a master of systems. Like, he's got the money game down. So they're just two different styles, but
Yeah.
he's
I
very
don't know.
human.
No, I get that. I mean, I don't know if you've heard of your life, your legacy. It's a book about finding your wealth dynamic. Have you ever heard of that? Finding
Not
where
yet, but
it's sort of like your personality profile. Are you more introverted, extroverted,
ah,
people, task? But it's about money, and you
yeah.
find your particular money profile, and then you work from there. Example: Donald Trump, deal maker; Oprah,
Mm,
star; ano to, si Bill Gates, creator. As an example, once you find your money profile, that's where you operate. And if you're struggling with money, it means you're out of your quadrant. I think Nikita, okay, I just love how you mentioned that. See, Tony Robbins, it's Tony Robbins show. It's him. He's got to be there. It's his energy
yeah, he
larger than
runs
life.
it. Yeah.
But the way he affects people, it's crazy.
Hmm.
I would say he falls under the star profile. Michael Jordan, Oprah,
Yeah.
star. But see Harv Eker, he might not have that same, call it charisma, or people, be, but the way he does systems. So he would be um, a deal maker. May isa pa yan eh. I think it's an engineer, something like that. But he would
Hmm.
fall under a different profile. So I
Yeah.
think being able to understand that, it's important. Eh. But also I think
Correct.
being able to understand, like, where do I feel comfortable. Obviously, si Tony, he wanted to be there in the spotlight, and he wanted to do that. I think it's important to, Harv system training trainers, which I love as well, which we're trying to look into how to do. But it can get very challenging. So
Yes.
sabi
Yes.
din ni Joanna, Glad to know, Martin, that I've contributed value to you, sending you compassion. Edward, Chris, Martin, and even to Han and Jerome. Wow, like all the
Mhm.
men now are being. Thank you, Joanna. It's hard to live in a world that believes that crying is weakness, especially for men. No, this goes to the heart. But for me, there's strength in crying and being vulnerable at the moments you need to. I'm with all of you, and I'm glad to have you, men, in my life. Well, thank you for that, Joanna. I
Yeah.
100% believe that. Sa akin, the world that I see in the future is where men will be able to freely cry and express emotions, and they will freaking not be made fun of. How's that? They will not be made fun of. They will not be laughed at. And instead, they will be like, "Hey, bro," and I'm seeing that in like in some circles that I'm in, where like bro, we got you, bro, we love you, bro, we're here for you. I'm like, yeah, like let's speak like that more, men, versus like, wala yan pare, I mean, um to really bring that, that side to men. Can be your shoulder to cry on, guys. I'll be honored. Thank you, Joanna. Genius guide to dynamic wealth. Yeah. Anyway, so we're about an hour 16.
Yes, yes.
I'm trying to feel where I still want to go with this conversation. There's a lot we've spoken about. Maybe those who are watching, we'd love to engage with you. Maybe there's a question you have for Mr. Martin. Maybe you want to comment. There's a lot of people watching, but I'm so grateful, and I know this resonates to a lot of you. Maybe you can share your key takeaways so far. But this is like, parang you imagine Martin and I like having a private conversation and nakasilip kayo, you know, and you're like, well, these are two guys just having a chat, but we really wanted to bring you into our living rooms, or our rooms, so that you can hear what goes on in our heads. Bakit, Martin? Because like they're watching us, and some of them are thinking about, like I said, their husband. Some of them are thinking
Mm.
about their brother. Some of them are thinking about, oh my God, my dad should watch this. My dad should hear this. Or my husband should watch this. Oh, hi to Angie San as well, who's watching. Um, so, but it's so difficult for people to get to that space, especially for men. Yun yung nasasabi ko eh. Um,
Yes. Yeah.
okay, well, here's a question, and maybe we'll after this. Maybe I'm feeling the energy now. Maybe we'll start wrapping up from here. Sabi lang ni Tati, maybe you want to read this, Mr. Martin, and
Okay.
answer this.
How do you feel now after you've shared so much? So my answer to that is we're just beginning. Like that's actually, I mean, if someone thinks like, "Hey, I this is a lot, I figured you out." I had to unlearn that shit. Like if somebody thinks don't share all your secrets, you won't be interesting to the other person. I had to unlearn that. That all that is a lack of creativity. I mean, like I'll never fully know Coach Bam, even though he told me his full life story. That's what I realized. Now, how do I feel? I feel good. I feel good. And to answer Coach Bam, no, like people have a hard time talking about this, men or even some women. I believe. No,
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
it the the reason why I did that whole real talk lifeline thing is because that's where it starts. That's where the awareness starts. When we talk like this, you get to find out like, oh, so that's what he's going through. That's where he's at, right? Or like Coach Bam, let's say you're struggling with something right now. Then some people might think, oh, if they know my deepest, darkest secret, then I guess they know everything. That's not true. Your challenge right now, let's say it's self-worth or whatever, that will change. It will change. Like next year, what if you you improved 1%, you got that down. Next year your challenge is suddenly money. So, like it's gonna evolve, it's gonna change. And the evolution, by the way, isn't like some linear line going up, as I
No,
learned. Sometimes it goes down or it goes weird. It becomes like a thread, like a twisted
yeah.
thread. So
No, I was gonna say I think it takes a lot of, well, first of all, self-awareness. Number
yeah,
two, it takes a lot of self-acceptance. Number three, it takes a lot of, I don't know what that third thing is. acceptance, awareness, acceptance, a courage. Maybe it's courage.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi I think it was Kyle Cease who said this. Like, we don't get surprised anymore when people say, "Yeah, but you have this dark side." Yeah, I've shared that. Well, you're insecure. Yeah, number one on the list, insecure. And I share this. Then when I do my programs, because it's really there.
Yeah,
And then
same.
you're like, what else do people have? But what else do people have na? So, but it's not about, see, ito yung sinasabi ko, but people have perhaps created an image where people will attack you or hold it against you. But actually, I'll speak for myself. Actually, I mean, to also answer Tati's question, actually for me, it's power.
Mm-hmm.
It's power because it's something that people will no longer have power. People will no longer have over me because it's something that I've already openly shared, but not just for the sake of sharing, but there's always purpose and intention for why. Like, we're not just sharing just like, oh, wala tayong magawa, Martin, let's just share. No,
Yeah,
I mean, this
yeah,
this sharing is
for
directed
sure.
to people who are watching the live
Right.
and the replay, and
Coach,
therefore, then I think, yeah, go
you go.
ahead, yeah.
Yeah, because you were on the point of self-awareness now. I don't know if you also, uh, agree or disagree with this, but where I learned self-awareness the most, this might sound counterintuitive. I learned it from other people through their
How's that?
sharing, like through
Sharing, okay.
their authentic sharing. Like the mentor I looked up to. Now he had I think he had like Asperger's or something, like parang mild autism or something.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
I couldn't relate to everything for sure. Maybe that guy had a harder past. Na. But then there were a lot of things that I became more aware in myself because of him. So, and I also got more self awareness from the sharing of women, like women,
Oh,
like if they were
yeah,
abused and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
hmm
Oh gosh, this is gonna go long.
yeah,
No, I mean, this is another thing. But
yeah.
as honest as you were about pissing, I'm getting honest about getting hungry.
Oh, you had food
So
there earlier. You had
yeah,
snacks.
no, no, I was gonna say something. Wait lang. You were talking about, oh, the sharing. I share
Yeah.
this like I'm doing a class with participants from Mongolia,
Mm.
and they're trying to help people who are victims of domestic abuse, and I'm helping coach a whole team to help them. And they were asking like, how do we build trust with people? Like, since they're going to be speaking with people that they've met for the first time, and I share this framework which I love. It's called the Joe Harry window. I don't know if you're familiar with that,
What's
but
that?
it's a framework about understanding that there are parts of you that you show to people, and there are parts of you that you hide, and then there are parts that people know about you, and you're clueless that it's there, right? Um,
Yeah.
but how do we start tap? And there's this bigger. The diagram is a window, but there's this bigger picture which is your potential. When I say potential, it means like you're not the same Martin you were 10 years ago in terms of how you think, how you feel, and how. Same thing with me, where we're constantly
Hmm.
evolving. Hopefully,
Yeah.
people are growing. Harv always says, you're green, you grow. You're ripe, you rot. If you're not growing, you're freaking dying.
You're dying. Yeah.
You have a millionaire mind. So
Good.
I've memorized this script.
Yeah.
So going back, I was talking about growth. Um, what was I like? I lost my train of thought. I totally broke my
You were
pattern.
talking about like how to trust the window.
Oh yeah, 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 the window.
So,
Sabi ko, well, one way that you build trust with people is self-disclosure, by being able to
mhm.
share about who you are, because people are constantly assessing, is it safe? Parang ikaw, you know if it's bullshit. Oh, this is bullshit. What a
Yeah.
bullshit
And,
artist. But I think that our meters are going higher, and we get to like, this is not, well, for some people it still works, but there's a huge number of people who are like, well, we're discerning this is BS, and or maybe we're just resonating because we're on that same wave. That's why we can have conversations like this, because I sit down in a room, and that meter for me is always going like, is this sincere, is it real? And it's difficult to spot that. It's very difficult. But so one is self-disclosure, being able to
mhm.
share more about yourself. Number two, I share there is also about being able to give and receive feedback, which is important, so people know like how you are with other people. Pero hindi kasama tong number three. I like what you said. To be able really be with people and to really listen when people are speaking, but to listen in a space where you are withholding your judgments, criticisms, diagnosis, making people wrong, which is a framework in Unbound that I use,
Yes.
and to just hold space for them. And people will say like, why would you want to do that? That's stupid. You're just listening. No, but when you're listening in that space, I would just say this: you make room for. I'll just use this. You make room for God to speak through you in that conversation. So because you're not filled with so much judgments of people when they're or you're horrified or you're shocked. And then when you're able to hear that, I think there's a potential for well deeper connection, but also healing. Anyway,
Yeah,
please feel
I
free
agree, and
feel free to
thank
come.
you
Yeah.
for Unbounded, by the way, because I struggle with listening. So, like, really learning how to listen. So that helped me, and I got a long way to go, but that guideline is super, super helpful. I think you got the listening part down. You know? Like,
Well,
I try to do it my lives, but then
yeah.
I got like,
No,
you
well,
see the difference.
I'll give you feedback. I mean, I've interviewed so many people, brother. You listen very well. I'll talk
Mm,
about this. I'll talk about this setting. You're being with your full presence is there. I just see that. So feedback lang yun. Cham
thank
says
you.
thank you, Martin, for letting the world know that men who are courageous, real, embrace their own life's journey and vulnerability like you exist, and it's wonderful.
Wow,
How's that? Yeah.
thank you, Sham. Yeah,
Karen says,
go,
yeah. Uh,
Karen.
I appreciate Martin. I'm glad you guys are affirming him. Good. when the time nasa unbounded tayo, I learned a lot from you. Like I learned a lot from Martin. Kasi it's nice to have you're such a um you're such a real guy when you're in that space. You call out like I said shit, and you get to you get to see how everyone is in that space. But it's in a way that is not ano to, Martin, I'm trying giving feedback eh. See, that's how you
Mhm.
grow people. You give and receive feedback, but it's in a way that is not hostile. Let's put
Ooh,
it that
thank
way.
you.
It's not hostile. Eh. It's from a good source, brother. I'm just letting you know that it's from a good space, and I would say people need more of that in life today
Yeah,
because
I
people.
got
Yeah, go ahead.
I got good news for you then, because
Let's go.
I I didn't know how to do that before. Really, like I could be caustic, hostile, and all. So I just kind of modeled or learned that from mentors. Like there's a way to. I mean, Alex Mandoshan, he his term is ruthless compassion. So
Wow.
there's a way, because some people will say tough love. For me, that's still kind of weak sauce. So ruthless compassion is like my other mentor, Owen Cook. He would say it's like gangster truth. Like it is
Gangster
the
truth.
hardcore truth. That's how it is. And he's not angry at you. Like this is the way I learned it from him. He said like he's pretty good where he's at, but you can learn, and you can actually reach his level or even surpass him. Or you don't have to, but you're gonna eat shit for the rest of your life. That's how he said it. I was like,
No,
oh
no,
shit.
I'm laughing because I think it's great.
Yeah, and
I
I imagined eating shit on a plate. I was like, I don't want that. Like that's why, and he's the one who taught me the difference of coping versus thriving. Because a lot of people here in the country, they're like, hey, you want to cope up, diba? Cope, but then sorry, like you want to cope. That's not the goal. Coping is like mediocrity. Like you're okay with just staying
correct,
down.
correct.
So there's thriving, or growing, something like that, and like that can be learned. The good news is like that can actually be learned. And if people think like it's, well, how do you do that? You get exposed. Like watch more conversations like this. That's what I
Yeah,
did. Like
same, same.
it's not like being a copycat, because you will always discern. Like even kids who copy, they make it their own version. You'll always be able to like distill it down to the truth.
Yeah,
So
I think yeah, eventually your real personality shows up. Hopefully for a lot of
round
people,
two
diba?
fight
Because for
champ.
some people, yeah, round two down. Definitely, when people feel validated, they feel seen, they feel valued, and they see the value they have in themselves. Yes, acknowledging your
Yeah,
courage, Mr. Martin, when that
thank
arm.
you. The thing
Sab.
with Tati, yeah, because you're checking the comments, is
Go ahead,
about
go ahead.
validation. There is a good kind of validation, like closing the open loop, getting real feedback. And then what I love about ruthless compassion is I've also been validated wrong.
Can you
And I
explain
love
that?
it. Yeah, and I love it. Like, let's say I just keep talking. I didn't know how to listen before. If someone says, Martin, like, could you shut your fucking mouth? Because you haven't given her a chance to speak. I love that. I love that because I didn't know. I was like,
Mm,
I thought I was just doing my thing, right? I thought I was doing the right thing. And then they say it in a way where they make me realize it. So they won't validate me if I'm wrong. That's why I had to learn to say that. Like, if I'm wrong, Coach Bam, you could bitch slap me in the face.
yeah, yeah.
So I
I
could
get
wake
you.
up,
I
right?
get you.
And
Mm.
then, like, validate the truth. Like, that's what I believe. So,
Yeah, but I think now this goes to attitude. I think a lot of people are in that space of like I keep mentioning Chris. He sabi ko to have survived. I'll just use that word to have survived their singer also. You know that process kasi naiwan na lang sila. They're just five in class now. Eh. You know that it takes a
it's
lot of
intense. Yeah.
balls. You know, and I know you know what that's like as well because it gets so real. Eh. It's a space that's very
Mhm.
real. You get called out a lot, um, but if you understand maybe what the essence is, I think that's what sustains you. Eh. Pag hindi ka clear, and that's why I'm trying to share this to people. But if you're not clear about why you're there, you'll get hurt, you'll get offended. You'll who shared that? I think Ezekiel Vicentes. One of these guys shared it kanina, and like oh, it was just another friend of mine. I think shared. Um, like stop making everything an issue.
Yeah.
Stop making everything an issue. Like ikaw, like it's not an issue, coach. Like this is what's happening. Yeah, for me, coach, I'm not going to join dinner. It's not an issue. You know, it's not an issue. But I think a lot of people are still in that space where
Well,
a
there's a
lot of
tip
things are
I
still an
learned.
issue.
Yeah, about that, about an issue. And I mean, there's a helpful tip I learned, if because I'm guilty of that, making a lot of things issues, like my taxes, the accountant, ganun. So one of my mentors, Owen Cook, he taught me this line. He said, "If you're tripping out over small shit, you need bigger shit to trip out over, son." So, and I love it, like, because
I
not
get
I
that.
will not realize it by myself when I'm in that space. So it helps when I see, let's say, I go out of the house, there's someone on crutches and he's missing a leg, right? Like taking a walk in the village. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, and I was worrying about my taxes or something. So I'm like, damn, at least I could still ride my motorcycle or
Or,
something.
or you were complaining that your coffee was cold.
Yeah, yeah. And then
As an
then
example lang. Yeah.
the table next to me, let's say there's a couple fighting, and then like the girlfriend throws the hot coffee in the guy's face or something. Then I'm like, oh, thank God my coffee's cold. so so I mean, there you can actually find constructive moments when things are an issue. I also like conversations like this because, like, when I'm tripping out and you suddenly go, you had your own, backstory. So it's not like a pissing contest. It's more like it's there to humble me or remind me. So I'm like, hey, whoa, like, thanks for sharing that. I thought I had it bad. So, like, I dodged a
Yeah.
bullet there.
Yeah,
So,
I like what your mentor said. I think, parang I think that's why many of us go through certain challenges to hopefully to wake up and see like we've got it really good, but we're just we're complaining about like the smallest things. Anyway, we're gonna wrap
yeah.
this up. We're an hour and a half into this. I'm enjoying, but I'm getting hungry and tired at the same time.
Yeah,
Sabi
yeah.
ni Ni Joanna, awesome conversation, Edward and Martin. The world's a better place with men who are true to their emotions. Thank you,
Wow,
Joanna,
thank you,
and
thank
Laura's
you.
team for being here. So Tati also said part two, please now. Um, I like what Chris said. Sabi niya, I was gone for a while, but I appreciate this. Thank you. And that's a lot. You guys have a lot in common kayong dalawa ni Chris talaga. It's funny. We're gonna do some stuff soon. So ina-announce ko na yan, Chris, and I'm already announcing it here. Man, Chris, I love this conversation. I'm learning a lot from you. Man, thank you for being here. Do you remember Man? You were classmates with her. You might
Oh yeah,
in and bother with her. She was with her dad.
your
You
dad,
remember this?
yes, yeah,
Yeah,
Peter.
okay,
Yeah.
there you go. It's you and yeah. So I'll
Wow.
wrap this up. I'm learning a
Yeah,
lot from
go
you
like
guys.
make the most of this, Coach Bam. Like this is your thing.
Oh, how about this? Magandang suggestion ni Cham. What do you think, Chris? Trio daw, tayong tatlo. Yeah, let's do a live, Chris.
Oh,
You,
wow! I've
so,
never done that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so let's do a trio where we can hear your experience with Blair. I wanted to dive deep more into his experience with Harv and other mentors. We didn't get to dive into other topics, but that's okay. It's a reason. It's a good reason to do a part two, Martin. I mean, you can see I thoroughly enjoyed this, man. Sabi siya, it was gonna go great. Kaya sabi ko, we have to pause a lot of stuff because we have to bring it to people. Ano lang to, like Martin said, we're just scratching the surface. My ancestors love
Yeah.
to talk about parents apologizing to their children. Takes a lot of courage. Absolutely. I think
Yeah.
I have to just say a word here. I think the most painful thing. I'm a parent. My son is turning 21 this year. I think the most painful thing for us parents is because I know all parents can relate. Because alam mo at some level you gave your best, and sometimes your best is not enough because you still like, oh, I hurt my child, I was not there in enough birthday parties or the ground because you have to make money, you know or you were going through your own emotional pain and insecurities. So but it's so difficult to say I'm sorry because it brings up so much emotion, maan, and it's an emotion that many parents will not be able to handle because they'll break down like a little child if they were to say that. Like for me, I know I've apologized to my son so many times, for where I failed and where I hurt, and it takes a lot of courage to do something like that. It's not easy stuff. Anyway, this is just
Yeah.
so great.
You you
Ngayon
reminded me
well,
of another moment. Got
go ahead,
emotional.
go ahead.
Really quick on that, like my
Sure.
ate, she has twins. They were I think 5 or 4 years old, and I caught that moment where she went back to her kids and she apologized to them. Like it made me feel like crying. I was like, holy shit. And she's apologizing to her 4-year-old kids or 5-year-old like that. So I
Um,
was like, man, holy
I
shit.
I think that is so important, bro. Kasi, and I want to share this to people who might be thinking of apologizing, not just to your children, but to anyone. It's because it's not about them. I know you want to make it right with them, but it's about you taking away that pain and that hurt, that hostility, whatever it is, that heaviness from you. Eh. Because you might apologize and they might say like "f you," like get out of here, which has happened. Or some
Yeah,
people will say, "Coach, I tried saying I love you to my dad," and he said, "Yun lang, yun lang sasabihin mo." Yes, dad, and they're so devastated, they're so hurt. Um, sabi ni Karen, di daw tayo matatapos kasi we
yeah.
keep
Well, Coach
no,
Bam, I know you're gonna wrap this up. It's also the way it was delivered, because like you'll feel it, like to the core. Like if it's done in humility, like surrender,
I
like
love
I
that
was
word,
really
humility.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why it made me feel like crying. Like my
It,
aunt, she's older than me, and look at that little kid, that little pound of flesh, and she's apologizing. Like, look, if she could do that, then I should be able to do that.
yeah. I,
But
I no, sorry, like I think Martin kasi for me that's a spiritual experience, man. That is a
yeah,
spiritual experience. Especially
wow,
if it gets to you. See, Chris has been asking that. Like, I mean, Chris knows this because he hears day one ng Unbounded because we were doing it online, and he's like, day one. I know I
yeah,
can share this. Sabi niya, it's me seeking God, and sabi niya, day one, God showed up. I'm good, and like it's a spiritual experience. It's not something na you think about and you feel it. You feel it in people. Eh. kami ni Chris, we see. I mean, you see it as well. Like we're gonna have to do something anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get dinner. Sabi ni Gerald,
Yeah, I'm
see how
hungry.
much
I didn't eat
I
dinner yet. Too.
yeah, like see how much we love this. Like we're so sabi ni Joanna, Chris, usap daw kayo soon.
Ooh,
See you soon sa
alignment.
alignment. Ayan, meron kayo. Yeah. So Chris says declaration received. We're gonna do a trio, and we'll have fun doing this. I'm supposed to. I have a conversation with Chris as well. He's one of those guys. Now I was gonna have LifeKite conversations with LifeKite. Um, with after, but Chris, I'm crazy with my structure. Like ito, parang spur of the moment. But I love it because look at the spur of the moment conversations. For me, again,
Yeah.
it releases a lot of anxiety for me. It's just like casual, but we're wrapping it up. So Unbounded, yeah, is happening April 14, 15, 16. Thank you, Karen. This is going to be online. I'm inviting Martin already to be there if he's free. Open for this kind of conversation and learning about awareness. Thank you, Karen. That could be me. Sabi ni Tati, kaya nyo yan, maki-close nyo, ano? Mako-close nyo yan, I don't mind that you are extending. Yeah,
Pero
well,
Coach
my
Sam is
no
hungry.
go.
Yeah.
No, my stomach minds because he wanted to piss. Now I want to eat. No,
Yeah, like I don't want to see you grumpy.
no. Well, I won't be grumpy because I'm enjoying the conversation. But I'll tell you what also. So sabi ni Gerald, love your convo topic. This is lit. Gerald will do
Ooh.
something with. I want to organize something since he's here. And if you're watching this, the replay, whatever, and there's men in your life, like I said, your brother, your friend, your husband, your dad, and they want to explore more self-awareness. I'm going to create something. I'm just throwing it there, where we'll all get together and we'll talk about stuff like this. And but I want to bring in more. I mean, Chris is like at the forefront of this with the work that he's doing. Ikaw, you're another guy, so I think it'll be really, really good. So also yung pinsan ni Tati, who I've had a conversation with, Colin Alvarez, who's based in Europe. Um, he does this work as well. So, diba, Tati, it would be great to do something. On that note, I want to say this to everyone who watched tonight. Joanna, I mean, she stayed all the way till the end. Everyone's a Lorus. Um, Follow them, Loris Enterprises, Millionaire Mind Intensive, their programs. There's a lot. You'll see them here. Follow them sa comments. Um, Everyone who engaged, Chris, Cham in Cebu, Tati, Maan. There's so many people. Well, I'm so grateful to all of you. Gerald, of course, Karen. Sabi ni Karen, tiga mo, natitrigger na daw ako pag gutom ako. That's true, but not now because I usually do get triggered when I'm hungry. Like I get hangry when,
Yes, yes, I
but
know.
we've been like eating vegetables for like magwa 1 week na, and I've been like no meat, and I'm not suggesting it for people. But it's pretty amazing. I feel really good. I don't have
Wow.
that, like I feel amazing. Like it's been 7 days now. It's pretty incredible. I guess you can feel my energy now. Like it's
Yeah.
9:43, and you can see my face, diba?
Yeah,
Like
you're still like
it's
good. You're not in
it
hangry mode or
no, it's amazing. So I'm excited to eat some vegetables tonight, because I've also been sleeping really well. Anyway.
Mm.
I don't want to go down into another thing. Nag-trigger pagutom. We will make you cry, sabi ni Gerald. love love you both. Love this conversation, Joanna. Grateful. Thank you,
GB.
guys. Whoosh, ganun ba yon? Um,
I know. 1, 2, 3, whoosh.
okay, sige nga, sabay tayo.
Okay.
One, two,
2, 3,
three.
whoosh.
Whoosh. We did
Yeah.
it. So, thank
Power
you,
whoosh.
man. Loving the convo. Les Brown voice. You gotta be hungry. He's on.
Let's
He's
run.
he's on. He's on Clubhouse, Chris. Like I joined one of his rooms. Anyway, Martin,
And
I
any
want to
last
say,
like
he
questions or I don't know how you end your conversations, but
well, I'll just say like thank you for being here, man. Thank you for having almost 2 hours with me. Sabi say it was gonna go. I hope. I don't say I hope. I know you enjoyed. I could see it in your face. Um, I hope there's a round two, round three. I'm doing this with everyone that I speak with. Si Joanna, si Robert, Robert of Blade. But like
yeah,
really, it's. I've got
it's
to
really
plan
cool.
stuff more because I don't really plan. I like spur of the moment stuff. But I appreciate you, man, for
Any
being here.
Yeah, any
for
last
share.
question? Like you
Yeah,
asked about ups and downs, depression, Tony Robbins, Date with Destiny. I don't know if there's like one lingering question that was left unanswered.
like for on my end.
On your end, Blair Singer calls that an open loop. So
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah.
an
No,
unanswered question,
no.
and it
Like
drives me nuts. Like
my
on that.
space right now is I'm very very satisfied. Like I'm very
All
very
right.
happy. Like because that was an objective that you also said. So oh, bam, I want. Look, man, I am freaking happy. You blessed me. Let's put
All
it this way.
good.
You blessed me, brother, with this, and I want that to really pierce your heart. You blessed me tonight, man. This was fantastic. It was fantastic. I don't want to get emotional here, but I'm grateful. And well, for those who are watching, we're still live. For those who are watching, we'll do this again, and we're gonna schedule it. Tati says, "Bye bye. Thank you for doing this. Bye. It's a wrap.
It's a
Don't
wrap.
say don't say it's a wrap because I'm picturing a burrito
Oh yeah.
wrap.
Set up.
I'm getting hungrier. I feel you, Edward. So hard to end. It is hard to end, but amazing.
Step back.
So with
Yeah.
that, Mr. Martin, ikaw, any last words to share where they can follow you, if that's important to you? I know you have a
Yeah.
page as well, a group. Go ahead.
I actually am more of like an introvert. I don't mind just keeping to myself, but my profile is public. Like if you just click on my name in the chat, like my profile, and then yeah, I have this experimental group, Real Talk Lifeline. So imagine doing this like a one-on-one. I call it a deep dive call. So Coach Bam takes it on a different level because we're public, and this is my first time to do this. But for people who just want to do one-on-one, like stuff like this, you could yeah go to my page and then you'll see the links there. Real Talk Lifeline. So
So, congratulations, Martin, sa mga nanonood. It's his first time doing this
first
live
time.
interview. You freaking, you killed it. You killed it. Yeah. Salamat sa'yo. And post what you loved about this interview. Your biggest takeaway. Also, any other affirmations from Martin, i-post yun na lang. He'll see it anyway. It'll pop up. Because I know
Thank
people are very
you.
appreciative here on this page. Good night, everyone. God bless you guys. Oh, there's the camera. Good night, everyone. God bless you guys. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Thank you for taking the time to connect to our hearts. We hope that this conversation added value to you and your family. God bless you. Good night. Bye. It's trying to end.